guys, welcome to ComfortLifeChannel. I'm so happy to see you here today. Today we are preparing a green smoothie for healthy skin. Well, I love smoothies and I think it's really a good food because it's easy to prepare, it's good just to grab it on the go, and it can contain so many ingredients in it, great combinations of food that will actually nourish your body, nourish your skin. There are many different recipes of green smoothies that are good for your skin, but I think that this combination is simple but at the same time really fantastic because it really can support the radiant, healthy skin. All the ingredients we're using in the smoothie you can see on the table. So I'll start with the orange one. It's going to be a carrot. For this smoothie you need, it depends on how much you love carrots really, but if you have those finger ones, just grab a handful of carrots, and normally I would use a medium to a large carrot for this smoothie. So everything you need to do with the carrot, I already peeled it, and I'm just going to cut it into small pieces because my blender is not really super powerful. So if I cut it into smaller pieces, it's going to be really easier for it to proceed it to a smoothie. So the reason we're using carrots, as you know, carrots, it is a great food to eat raw, and it is rich in vitamin A. As you know, vitamin A is an antioxidant, and it is very important for the cell growth, maintenance, and repair of your skin. The next ingredient we are using in the smoothie is going to be celery. You will need 2 stalks of celery. Here you go. And believe it or not, my favorite part of the celery is the middle part. So I'm doing just this thing here. I will cut it into pieces. And the reason we're using celery here is because it's really rich in minerals such as potassium and magnesium. These two really help to hydrate the skin because, if you want to have a beautiful skin, you need to nourish it from within. That's one of the most important things. You need to make sure that your diet is really rich in all kind of healthy foods. So, and I'm just putting this in here. The next ingredient that I'm going to use here is going to be an apple. Well, make sure all the ingredients we're using here are organic, and the apple of course is supposed to be organic too. Well, you could use, I think the best choice would be to use a green apple, but I don't have any green apples on hand, but I love apples in all different shapes and colors. So besides the general rule, an apple a day keeps a doctor away, right? We're using an apple here because it's rich in vitamin C. Vitamin C is also a very powerful antioxidant. And as an antioxidant, it helps to protect our skin from the free radicals. And besides, apple also will help, because it contains vitamin C, to produce collagen in our skin. And our skin really needs that. So I've cut up the whole apple here. My apple wasn't really big and I love apple taste in here, but if you're having really large apple, you could use just half of it, or you just can use half of the apple. So, and now the next ingredient is going to be kale. So basically this is the greenest part of our smoothie here. And if you are buying kale, make sure you store it in a glass container or in a container with the water, with the purified water. This way your kale really stays fresh for a long time. Normally if I buy kale, sometimes I don't really eat it that fast, but I always, when I buy a bunch of kale, half of it I always freeze. Well, you just wash it and then make sure it dries, and then you cut it and then you just freeze it, and next time you want to use it in a smoothie, you already have the kale always on hand basically. For this recipe we shall need 2 handfuls of kale, or basically no, if you really love kale that much you could use a little more. The reason we're using kale here because kale is very rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin K. So this is actually a perfect and even excellent dose of vitamins to support your skin health. So I will say that this is 1 handful and this is 2 handfuls. Sometimes you could just omit using the stems of it and use just the greens because it's gonna make it even smoother this way. So, and I would say that the main recipe is absolutely here inside this blender. As far as water, or any other liquid that you normally use to make this smoothie, I would suggest using the easiest option, which is water, because it's you know, pure water is one of the best, purified water is one of the best things your skin really needs, and many of us don't really drink lots of it on a daily basis. Yes, we do drink teas, coffees, juices and whatnot, but water, pure water, I think it's one of the best choices. But sometimes I usually make this smoothie with chamomile tea. Well, make sure it's cold, but it doesn't really spoil the taste. You actually won't even feel it, but I think chamomile tea is really good for your skin. So as far as the amount, you might need 1 cup or 2 cups. It really depends on how thick you want it, because you know, you can make it a smoothie bowl, right, where you can just eat it with a spoon. So I will start with about 1 cup. As far as the additions to the smoothie, if you are into different green powders like spirulina, you could add that as well. Especially spirulina, it has vitamin B6 and iron, and you could use that as well. I am not going to use it because my idea here is to make the smoothie very, very simple. When all the ingredients are in the blender, just look how beautiful it is. You just blend it and prepare a smoothie. Now it's ready. So your next step, you just pour it in the glass and make sure it's going to be a huge glass, like 16 ounce or more, and then you just enjoy. Another recommendation that I probably can give you is that if you would love to use, you could use their bee pollen. I really love using bee pollen because it is very nutritious. It has amino acids, it has folic acid, it's also high in other vitamins and even proteins. So that's why I consider it a good addition. And pretty often I would add coconut oil into the smoothie. I usually normally try to get at least 2 tablespoons of coconut oil a day. Well, I put it in there, you know, I could put it in the juice, I could put it in my oatmeal, or, you know, I cook with it. So if, let's say, I don't really get enough of it during the day, I would put this inside the blender together with everything here. And it's going to be a great addition because all the fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamin A, for instance, they are better absorbed by your body with fat. So now you just enjoy this great smoothie. So this smoothie is not really very sweet. That's what I need to let you know, and I love it because of that, because even though you're using lots of sweet fruits, even though fruits are good, sometimes, let's say a banana, I'm really sick of all the smoothies with a banana in them, so I always try recently to look for the options that don't require it. Of course, it might be sweeter if you're using our sweeter variety of apples. And if you really, really prefer the smoothie to be a little sweeter, or let's say you are having a sweet tooth and you really want to have a sweet smoothie, you could add 1-2 dates into it. It's going to really sweeten it a little bit and also add great vitamins and nutrients to it. As always, guys, I really hope you like this recipe and you will definitely try it and experience all the health benefits it has. If you like this video, if you like this recipe, please do put the thumbs up. Of course, subscribe to my channel. I wish you to stay very happy and very healthy. I'll see you in my next video.